My favorite ways to trade within FIFA 22 Ultimate Team is with special cards. So far, since the release of FIFA 22, there hasn't been a single week where I haven't traded with any of these types of special cards. And it's simply because of how easy it is, but also how profitable it is. So in this video, I'll be going through all the ways in which you can trade with special cards. Before we do get into the video, if you would like to skip trading and just get to the point in having coins into your account, then I highly recommend heading over to Mule Factory. Over there, you can get yourself some cheap, fast FIFA 22 coins, completely reliable, and if you use Fnatic 5 at checkout, you'll also get yourself a 5% discount. Link can be found in the description down below. And getting back into the video, when I trade with special cards, I don't need to do anything fancy. I don't need to have some crazy search parameters just to find specific types of special cards where I'm able to buy them thousands coins less than their lowest buy now, so I can actually make that within profit. I can keep things very basic, and it's enough for me to make a decent amount of profit every single week without having to do anything too crazy. And you could do the exact same thing just by following some of the suggestions that we have within this video. So the first way in which I trade with special cards is based on my weekly routine, where I invest every single week into the team of the week, as well as also looking for some investments that we can make with the promos that we have on Friday. Now, every single week on Wednesday, we get a new team of the week. This is players that have performed the best within real life, and they're rewarded with an inform card which is higher compared to some of their previous cards. Typically what happens is when they are first released, they're at their highest point, and gradually over that week they will slowly go down. This is because there is a source for them. You can get them within that pack for that week, but by the time it gets to the following Wednesday and there's a new team about to release, this is a perfect time in which you can buy some of those players that were part of that previous team of the week. There is no longer a source for those types of players. What's there on the market is what will always be there. And as time goes on, there will be people that will use these players for SBCs. They'll use them for the teams and stop playing FIFA. And they will also accidentally or sometimes intentionally discard some of their players. So as time goes on, some of these team of the weeks and some of these special cards will get rarer and rarer in the market. And this is what forces their prices to gradually go up. I have been doing this since the beginning of FIFA 22, and I've made probably hundreds, potentially even millions of coins. A lot of those coins that I've been able to make has gone straight back into finding other types of investments. Some has gone into actually building my team, and others have actually been used for SBCs. With these investments, you don't always need to use them just to make coins. You could also use them to actually get other types of packs or players from SBCs, and I've done this plenty of times. The next way to trade with special cards is just to snipe them. When they are available in packs, that is the best time in which you could use a sniping filter, because people are opening packs, they're packing some of these players and they're listing them on the transfer market, sometimes way below their lowest, just so they can get a quick sell. If you use any type of sniping filter to focus on those players and continuously search the market, eventually you will be able to find a player. Some of the best sniping filters that you can use are broad. So the ones that I use, and it's not necessarily focusing on gold team of the week players or any type of high rated special card that's part of the Friday promo. Instead, I focus on silver team of the weeks. There are not that many people that are looking to trade with silver team of the week players, and there's certainly not that many people that are looking to snipe these players. This makes it incredibly easy just to set the search parameter to show silver team of the week, and then I can find the lowest buy now of the cheapest silver team of the week player, take 1,000 coins away, and then just snipe until something shows. You're most likely going to get a silver team of the week player that is part of that team of the week, but you can also get some of the other players that fit within that filter. Most of the time, you will only be able to make a couple thousand coins per card, but you will be able to stumble across deals where you're able to make a lot more. Probably my favorite way in which I can actually trade with any type of special card is simply by bidding. Now, everything that we're talking about in this video isn't anything special. As said, I don't do anything fancy, but when it comes to bidding, I do next to nothing. Sometimes I would just set it to be the special market, which shows everything within the game, and I'll just go across until I find a player with a bid on. If you've been following the channel for a while, you know that if you find a player with a bid on, it's a good indication that that bid is lower compared to the lowest buy now. It's the reason that they're bidding. There's no reason for you to bid on a player and have to sit there and wait for them to expire when you could simply just use the buy now option. With some types of special cards, because they have been within the game for a long time, they're extremely rare, so you can actually just compare the player's price and you'll be able to find the lowest buy now. If the current bid on the player that you saw earlier is less than that lowest buy now and you've taken into consideration a 5% EA tax, you can then place a bid in hope that you'll be able to get it at that price. If we're looking at players that have recently just been released or are still currently within packs, then there's going to be 30, 40, maybe even 50 plus pages of that specific player. Comparing a price takes a lot more time and you may not have the time to actually go through each page to find the lowest buy now. So this is where you go and use sites such as Footbin, where you just type that player's name in and it will give you the lowest price for that player currently dependent on your platform. Yet again, if there's room for you to make profit after the 5% EA tax, you place a bid and then hope that you can actually get that player at that price. As said, it's nothing fancy, but it always gets the job done. And it comes in big for the next two methods, because the next way that I use special cards is looking at some of the special cards that were released right at the beginning of FIFA 22. These types of cards don't have much attention on them because they're old news. There's been so many other better cards that have been released since then and people are looking for what's new and shiny rather than what's old. But because player attention has gone elsewhere, it does open a door for us to look at some of these old special cards and get them insanely cheap. Much cheaper than the lowest buy now, where we can relist them at a higher price. One thing that I really like doing is going on to FootWiz or Footbin, finding the Team of the Week list and going all the way back to either Team of the Week 1 all the way up to around Team of the Week 10. Remember earlier when we talked about investing and I said that there's people out there that will buy these types of special cards, store them into their account and not play FIFA again. There's also people that will quick sell these players or even use them for SBCs. Well, some of the rarest special cards within the game now are those that are part of the first lot of special cards that were released within FIFA 22. This does include the Team of the Weeks. This makes it incredibly easy for when you search these players for you to compare the prices. In some cases, they're actually extinct on the market. But if you do just have 3 or 4 players listed and there's a huge difference between the cheapest compared to the second cheapest, you can buy the cheapest, relist it at a higher price so you're still the cheapest on the market, but once it does sell, you're able to make profit after the 5% EA tax. And you can do this either as a buy now where you buy the cheapest one, or you can get them on a bid. And in some cases, I've been able to get players 10,000 coins less than their lowest buy now, where I'm able to make a very decent amount of profit. And then finally, the final way in which I like to trade with special cards is by either changing the position or changing the chemistry style. Out of all the methods that we talked about in today's video, this is the one that takes the most work because you need to find a player and you need to research them with different types of chemistry styles or different types of positions. And once you've done this research where you know the different prices depending on position or chemistry style, this is where you need to buy them within their default position or chemistry style, and then you need to buy whatever position or chemistry style that you're looking to buy to and then actually apply it to the player. This also leads to a lot of back and forth because you need to send one player at a time to your club where you apply the consumable, back out, list it on the transfer market, head over to your unassigned, send another player over to your club and do the exact same thing again. You also can't do too many with just one player. This is why I recommended going anywhere between 2 to 5. If you get 10, 20, 30, 40 of just one specific type of player just within a different position or with a different chemistry style, you've flooded the market. And whenever someone searches that player's price in an attempt to actually buy them for their team, they're going to see every single player listed all at the exact same price, all at the exact same time. And it's going to put them off. They may even get an idea where they're going to try and do the exact same thing, but they're going to undercut you by 1,000 coins. Now, whenever someone is looking to buy that player with that position or that chemistry style, they're going to be going for the cheapest one, the other players, and not yours. This is when you limit it to only get a couple of just one specific type of player. And then you'll go and do the exact same thing with another type of special card. It is infinitely scaled up because of the amount of special cards you have within the game. And with it, you're able to make a very good amount of profit per card where you can get at least 1,000 coins as long as you've done your research correctly at the beginning. I said this is probably the most in-depth way in which I trade with any type of special card, but it's still a very good way where you're able to make loads of coins. Anyway guys, here are all the different ways in which I trade with special cards within FIFA 22 Ultimate Team. If you have any questions about anything, then please feel free to leave them in the comment section down below. But anyway guys, I hope you guys did enjoy. If you did enjoy, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe. But for now, I'm going to see ya.